Hello, and welcome to Supreme Online Marketer. I'm Cristina. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use Microsoft OneNote. For those of you who want to keep one location for all of your notes. But before I begin, if this is your first time here, I would like to invite you to click on that big red button below and subscribe. And don't forget to click on that bell icon too, so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So with those things out of the way, let's get started. Now, I had mentioned in one of my other videos that it's important to have a separate email account for your business correspondence, right? This is one of the reasons why, because as business owners, we register to different applications or different programs. And just like this one, you're going to need an email address to register to Microsoft OneNote. Now, once you do so, you're going to log in, and then you're going to see this screen. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the different ways that you can use OneNote. So right here on the left-hand side, you're going to see what's called a section. Okay, you have the section, and then you have different pages within that section. And here is where your notes are going to be. So let's say we want to start with our first section, and let's say we want to take notes on our leads. Okay, so we're going to type in leads and then save that. Now we've created a section called leads. And now under leads, we can create different pages for each one of our leads. So let's say we want to create one for one of our leads that's called Karina Smith. And under Karina Smith, what I normally do is I have a little area where I keep just quick notes on this one particular person where I reference back to. So like, let's say you want to build rapport and you want to know, depending on the business you're in, but you want to know certain either business items or personal items, right? So what I do here is I go down a little bit and I create a separate section here so that I know that this is just notes, specific notes pertaining to this one person. And I will create here notes. And what I like to do is I like to make this bold and underline. See how simple it is? You right click on the note or the text, the word, and you can just click on bold, italicize, underline, or you can even highlight it if you want. You can change the color of your font, and you could also use bullets, just regular bullets or number bullets. It pretty much works like Word because it's a Microsoft product, right? So if you're pretty familiar using Word, it's very similar to that. You have them here when you right click on the word. You can copy, cut, paste, just like Word, or you have them up here, okay? You have the font, you have the font size, you can change it to bold, underline, or italic, or whatever it is, okay? And you have the different styles. Now, up here, what I usually do is I'll like, let's say today I am in contact with this person, so I want to write a note for today, right? So I go ahead and put in the date. And underneath that, I'll write my little notes regarding this person. And what I like to do here on the top where the person's name is, I like to put a date of when I want to follow up with this person. So let's say I want to follow up with her tomorrow. I'll put a date here for tomorrow's date, right? And then when I glance back at this person, you see how it automatically pops up here. So one thing that I love about this program as well is that it automatically saves for you. There's no save button. There is a synchronizing button here on the right hand side. You'll see a little cloud. It says sync status. It automatically synchronizes your notes with the cloud. So every time you log in, you have the same information in here. It automatically saves it. Now, let's say we're done with this one lead, taking notes down, right, for this one lead, and you want to create another note for your other lead. What you want to do is you want to go under the same section, right? You're in the lead section and you want to create another page. So I'm going to create a page here, and I'm going to create a lead name Bob Cook. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing in here for Bob. I'm going to create a little area for my specific notes on Bob Cook. Same thing here. And I could either highlight it, bold it, whatever it is that you want to do here, if you want to do that. And then you start, typing in your notes underneath there. Now, once again, same thing. I go up here and I'll type in today's date, and I'll write my notes underneath it. And up here, once again, if I want to follow up with them, let's say 2 days from today or a week from now, I'll put in the date here. Okay. Now, as you can see, it starts to save. So here for Karina Smith, my follow-up date is going to be 8/12. And for Bob Cook, it's going to be 8/13. So let's say I add somebody else here, right? And Irene, what name can I, last name, give me a last name. I'm drawing a blank here. Let's say W, okay? And let's say your follow-up date for Irene is on the, on the 14th. Okay. So what I like to do here at a quick glance is I like to have the one that's going to come up next on top. So let's say tomorrow you have a whole bunch that you want to follow up with. So let's just say, Bob, you also want to follow up tomorrow, right? So I have them on top. So this way I know, okay, tomorrow I have to follow up with this one, and then in 2 days I have to follow up with Irene. So it pretty much gives you a quick glance at who you need to follow up with and when you need to follow up with them. That's how I use OneNote. There are so many other programs out there that you can use. Like I had mentioned in my other video, for Apple users, you have Notes, and there are so many other. As a matter of fact, there's one that's really, really good that I would highly recommend. It's called ACT, but that's a little bit more training, and it's a little bit more in depth for the training. This is very simple to use for those of you who are not tech savvy. So that's why I wanted to create this video for just like a quick reference on your notes. Now, let's say you want to create another note for, let's say your to-dos, a to-do list, right? You go back over here, you create another section for to-dos. Okay. And let's say you have different projects, okay? So let's say you have a project pertaining to YouTube, okay? YouTube. Here are different projects, different to-do list for your YouTube videos, okay? So here is where I use my bullets. So you can either use number bullets or whatever it is. Or if you want to use a checklist, right? You have it right here. Under tags, you have a checklist of to-dos, important, if it's a question, all of these. It's really cool. So let's say I use to-dos for today, right? A checklist. So for YouTube, I want to create a to-do list, enter. So now let's say I go in here tomorrow and I have a to-do, a task for YouTube, and I'm done with it. Click on the little check mark in there, done, and you know that those projects are done. What else do I need to go over? And like I said, you have different menus here. I don't really play around with much of this, but you can, insert certain pictures if you want to on a certain lead, or like let's say you have a lead and you have their picture, their contact picture, and you want to put it here so that you could see them and you know who you're speaking with. So that I would put it under the notes, and I would go into the insert menu here, and insert a picture, and it'll grab it from your hard drive or from wherever you saved it, and it'll enter it right here. That pretty much is it for now with OneNote. If I go ahead and create another video, I may create it under, you know, how to use these menus. But like I said, there's no save button. There's nothing for you to save. It automatically saves it for you. And you also can add audio. Just look through these menus. It's a really cool application to use. And that's about it. Now, if you have any questions and you're not clear on some of these topics, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And listen, I really hope that this helped you learn how to use OneNote a little bit. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you found value, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And let me know your thoughts by leaving a comment below. And once again, if this is your first time here, I invite you to click on that big red button below and subscribe. And also don't forget to click on that bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.